Alright, we're back. Yeah. I probably wasn't looking at the satisfaction, I was probably being blind. I was like, why am I getting 0 out of... who knows. Oh, I got blown up anyway. We have closure to that stupid cliff being in the way. So, I want this to bring in gears, circuits, red circuits, blue circuits, you know, all the circuit business. Steel, iron, and copper. You know, all the junk. So what I was thinking was we craft all those things over here. At the same time, this will attract any slowbots. Gotcha. Spotted you. Another one? There. And... Huh. They become my bots. There. Snatch them out the sky. Any others? There's one. That's why I'm checking all of them. Oh, that's full of concrete. So I just put in a robot board. I feel like I just put that in... Oh. Alright. So this thing's going to keep crafting the materials to finish that off. Like those things. And those things. Which one are you waiting on? Oh, those things. Just waiting on... those things. Which is waiting on speed modules. So I'm probably going to need more speed modules, actually. So in that case, I'm going to need to do a little bit of a reshuffle. So let's move the mining drills. Just down there. Let's move these out a little further. Let's do a quick reshuffle, then I'll move over to the next thing. Move them over to there. Yeah, I'm quite clearly going to need a lot more speed modules. Upgrade plan of that. And that'll do it. For now. Now, in terms of this thing... It's going to be a little difficult. I know what I will do, actually. Let's deconstruct some of these. Because this will free up some assembly machines for the rest of the base. Because I can't do any more signs. So in fact, let's just scoop up the lot. I just have to remember to pull this... Well, it's easy enough. Easily done. It's like a bee's dick of science this consists of. In the scheme of things in the final form. Probably just swallow this all up in a few seconds. It's about 1 or 2 seconds worth of science here. Kinda keen to test that theory, actually. Let's just kernel wheel up this base. Well, still needed. And we'll leave it there. Probably going to lose power to a lot of this stuff. Just make sure I leave some of it plugged in. Did you use him as a verb? Yes. Yes, I did. It does like to clean up a start. It does like a good starter base cleanup. An extra connection there. I'll get rid of that. Yeah, I'll use the concrete to eventually fill in this. So I want this over here. Oh, this is going to be a bloody bot sandwich, damn it. Oh well. Alright, let's copy some of that, paste some of that. I might even need to go somewhere else and do stuff while I wait for this to get done. Maybe even fix that. That's getting to be a bit of an issue. Alright, so you... Fine. Alright. Seeing as though the bots are going to be difficult. Oh. How's power looking? Just change the file and that's how it reflect the actual range. Just look it up. Got a Will's cleanups are legendary? They are. That'll do that. Hey, rain coming on in.
Mohodsip.
With that 10-month resub. Thank you very much, Rain. Show some love and hype in chat there for Rain, bringing on in that sub. And range max length 24 needs to be 36. There. That's the one. Okay. Grab that. Something like that. Only not beacon aligned. So it'll be like that. It's kind of not going to work there. That does, however. There. Something like that. Maybe 400. 500 might be a bit excessive. Could argue it could even be 300. There and there, there and there and there. They don't beacon align? I don't think they do. So yeah, something like that, just for circuits. There's an open issue. It's actually active. Yeah, I know at least one person yesterday, like the person yesterday, mentioned it. It's been a known issue since like 16, admittedly. I think. Was it 16 or was it 17? No, they were different in 16, weren't they? Because I think they did work in the other base. In the belt base. Pretty sure that worked. Oh, that reminds me too. I have actually been playing around with Factory Planner. And learning how to use it. So this is doing red-green. So doing a red-green cell, this is what it would need for a 12 beacon and maybe 8 for gears or something. But I'm actually wondering which is better, whether I do 8 or 12 full beacon. They did work until they broke. Yeah, they did work at one point, didn't they? A new sub-factory. The green circuits. Oh yeah, we'll just call it circuits. So what do we want? We want to produce this. We want to produce that. How many do we want to produce is the real question. 100? 100 sounds good. So 3,000 of them. I didn't want to do that. Just arbitrary amount of 12,000. Gotta use these. Big assembly machines. What is it? Control, right click. I might need to delete that one too. Yeah, 3,200. 38, 40 machines, 106 of these. Beacons. We want, oops. That module. There. So 1.1 machines. That seems like a little low. Probably need to crank it up. Yeah, 0.9. You can see the productivity having its effect. Down to 6. And 20. Goes down to 17, so you lose 3 machines just by doing that. Do a merge request. How about 1,000? Yeah, 9's more reasonable. It's a lot of reds though. Question is 12,000 enough? What am I doing right now? 11. No, it's not enough. God dang it. That's more like it. What do I get for 12 beaconing? So it goes from 23 down to 16. 15 goes down to 10. 9 goes down to, yeah, that one doesn't really benefit. Material assembler is the planner using? Tier 5. Assembly machine 5. 10.63, so 11. I'll probably make it 12. Yeah. So what's that? That's 9, or 10, 11, or 12. 10, 12, 18, we'll say. So can we do that in all one thing? Guess we'll scrap that. It's actually, the factory plan is actually really nice. I like it. Uh-oh. That hole's getting bigger. Oh, I can't do full beacon with these, can I? Oh, I might be able to, we'll see. Skew it off by 1. There. Another one there. Broad module, you should be 19.2. Where is it? There it is, 19.2. Wire. Cap that off. And then just do a hand between. You can just pull in. There's a whole science to optimizing the position of these, and I'm not very good at that. So yeah, so we need your 19.2 as well. So that's 1. And we needed 11 or 12 of them. Probably can get away with 10 even. Because it's really just that. Three, 4, 5. I know it's kind of offensive doing it this way, but I'm trying to do something different at the same time. They have the same on the bottom side, what I'm showing. And then you have a bot sandwich. How many was it with this thing? I was actually wondering if I could put them all in. There's a thought. Yeah, it's a 17. Or 18. 3, 5. Bloop. Eat my fractals, without value. Yeah, I really want these to be optimized for their position. Ish. So our ins and outs, right there. Or I could just say, screw it, I don't want to do a bot sandwich and do it with belts. Might do that. I might just do that. Just to avoid doing a sandwich. You know what, I don't want to do a sandwich. I have a thing against bot sandwiches. My belts. Ah, oh, goddammit, Rain. I'll have to think of something other than the sandwich though. I actually had the idea of doing belts to bring it into the center as well. But you are right, actually. How can we do this? How about an 8-8? Let's just roll back to 8-8. Which is funny because I just built an 8-8 as well. And if it was smart, I would have kept that. So 16. Just 17 either side. Uh, 70 either side? What did I say? 16, so it's 7 either side. Kotanuki coming in.
Chat mojod luve.
How's it going, Kotanuki? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you been? Thank you very much for that sub there. Show some love and hype in chat there for Kotanuki coming on in with that tier 1 sub. 16 months. Control Z. I could control Z a lot. Like that. And the main base, I certainly don't want to be a bot sandwich. Best feature? I really just want to compare the space difference. There. So I actually kind of like this one. Eh? It's all gone. Need a resupply. Actually, this thing's settled down, so has it come good? Or is it still crafting? Or is it out of steel? It's probably out of steel. No, it's not out of steel. Or is it out of steel? It's out of steel. Okay, more pressing features. It's a random cargo wagon Mark II. Right, that's starting to get annoying. I mean, I am really hammering them with pollution out there. So all I've really done clearing the spiders is push the pollution out further. Spiders are amazingly good pollution buffers. Get rid of that. I have to do these for now. Questa, provider. 100 will do. Yeah, space kind of needs steel. It's kind of important. If I can get the materials to do it. Good thing I have extra nice artillery. I do, actually. I could go introduce them to my new artillery. It's 1.8k a minute. It could be better. Are they all going? No, they're not all going. I mean, it could be going faster than what it is. Like, the solution to everything is just to double it, isn't it? Okay, they need to be introduced to some artillery. It would help if there were actually bots available too. Double the double. What are we at now? It's actually lower. That's not a lot of power right there. I guess it's time to turn on another reactor then. And double again when you realise it's not quite enough. It's only a temporary measure, that smelting. I actually do need a real one for the actual base. I also need that train. That train has important things on it. Temporary ornament. Temporary in air quotes. In quotes, he says. What's going on with those cliff explosives on me? I say as I'm not actually sure if I have cliff explosives on me. I do. Do I have enough is the real question. Why are you doing that? I don't know. Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8. Right, you hold it there. I'm gonna need some things. Famous last word is temporary. Admittedly, it's kind of like I'll just use the same thing. Like I'll use that as a starting point for the final steel smelter that it'll need. Stuck on a cliff. What are you missing? Providers. One, two, three. There. And now in this mess, I shall figure something out. Let's make an even bigger mess of pipe spaghetti. Spaghettios. Pipo spaghettios. That's not really gonna work, is it? That will, however. That won't now. That's mildly inconvenient. Like nuclear facilities are best. They do solve a lot of problems. You go there. You park yourself there. And you finally park yourself there. Oh, you're active providers. My bad. Just in case the buyers decide to visit and nibble on the reactors. And that's going to start warming up. And technically I could probably get out and run faster than this train. Many deaths were had out here. How many deaths we had? That many. So you start with 1 and then respawn with 7 more. So was that 7 deaths? Nothing's temporary unless it's off by a tile. Depends on the motivation to fix it if it's off by a tile. K tells all, that's true. 7. We're almost built. We're almost built. Is it there? Easy as. Did I even upgrade these to Centrifuge Mark 3s? I don't think they are. What are they? They're Mark 2s. Huh. Apparently I'd done Mark 2s at some point. I don't remember doing it. Okay, now I need to deal with this biter incursion problem. I think that'll do it. More room for artillery shells. Yep. Ah, they'll do it. Low power still? Yeah. This is going to take a while to warm up. What's it at? Oh, it's just starting, just getting up, but it hasn't gone down the pipe yet, the heat pipe. This needs to reach 500 for it to start producing. So it's almost there. And it's got to get all the way over to there. See, this is still only at 297. There it goes. There you go. It only need a little tickle. Now, buy this. I don't know if I have the range, though. Because I don't have the upgraded range. I might be able to hit a few. Then again, I do have an artillery remote, which helps, because it's like 50% more range. But they've been damaging my wall, and that's just not nice. It's rude. There. This doesn't reach anything. Alright, let's fix that then. And then ready for the retaliation. If there is any. Probably nothing to retaliate with. Ain't that purty? Oh no, got them all. I thought I'd missed. Oh, there's a retaliation. Got him. Oh, got him. I'm just that good. How's that? That's how you clean biters. And Barter Island, and that. Just sit eating it. Wiped out the entire island in one hit. Did it? It's not explored. Very good, very good. The deed is done. Almost. There is some retaliation. Now, how much of it is... Oh, I got all the way down there, though. It'll be fine. Excellent. Now we can actually concentrate on things. It's technically not an active provider. That'll do. Now, what are you missing? Gates. Gates and a few inserters. Now just handcraft them. Boxes? Yeah, just boxes. Oh, there was some more. It's a good thing I put like 2 extra turrets there. Or is that just the wall? Oh, I don't have the inserters anymore. What are you waiting on? Speed ones. I mean, I could turn this one on. And I'll shut down the other one. Alright, so you're powering down for good. And the chaos that that'll cause. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to need another set of these. $12K, $3K. What did I say this was going to do? $3K. That's a pretty good guess. $1K blue stackers, I mean, it's probably a little optimistic. I can easily scale that back. What's that? 4.058. So 4 machines. Yeah, could do. And then that's 12 and that's 14. Sure, that works. How are we looking now? Oh, I made a few. Where was inserters? There's trains. It's a copy-paste of it, so it should... Did I accidentally delete inserters, or am I just blind and can't see them? I really feel like... Oh, there they are. Ah. Eh. Such is the way with these things. There we go. I just got 50. Very good. Very good. It's funny how much all these machines still stockpile inside them. Aha, we have a hole where there used to be a base. Fill that hole with substations. Right, back to this thing. Finally. To me, it always looked like a tangled mess. It's basically what it is. It is glorified tangled mess. Didn't need the other one? No, I didn't. Requester, provider. There we go. And they should be like 10.2? Oh, you don't have power, that's why. Unfortunate downside to this is it probably needs a medium pole, sadly. Yeah, so 13.2, 13.2. Disagree. Sure. Is there a video of Odd where you explain how you make everything actually works? There is from years ago, but it's technically not actually mine as well. There's an Exterminator video on it. I didn't think that through, did I? There. Yeah, I think I'll need an update to a proper one. So we need 12 of these. So 3. 6. Old one's close to 2 years old. Shit, it is too, isn't it? It actually might be longer because it was from 20. Because I did this in version. The original one was version 14. The very first one. Although this current version's a version 15. Yeah, version 15. Yeah, that's 2017. I think it's a little obsolete. I think it's safe to say it's a little obsolete. You know what, that's actually nicer. I prefer that. Screw the full beacon. And there is a fair argument that says that full 8.8 beacons are actually more efficient. I think I've just been happily crafting away all that time. Oh, it's joint. How did that... Oh, right. Very well. Fine. And we'll for the host again. It doesn't announce it because it... there's like a really long cooldown on it. It's an API thing. While I wait for that, yes, that's nice and toy. I mean, admittedly, I did scale back the amount of blue circuits I had. And actually... what is it? It's actually 14/15ths. Which I think is 91%. Hang on a minute. Huh? That didn't do what I thought it would do. I would have thought if I set this to... Do I like Factory Planner better than Hell Mod? I haven't really tried Hell Mod. This is sort of my first dive into these types of mods, but I mean, this is feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good about this so far. Oh, I didn't actually... So it makes 26k out of... $88. Makes 23. But that doesn't resolve... it's not it's different to what I think it is. Can I do that? No. I guess you can't tell it that it's okay. Okay. I guess you can't tell it that it's, like at 1:1, it's 14/15ths uptime. I guess there's no way to directly tell it that it's at 100% uptime. Interesting. So it's technically not that. You can easily work it out, like it's 26k a minute. What is it? It's 1.93. So it needs 1.075 times 26. So it actually needs 28k a minute. Whoops, wrong button. So it'd be like that, which is 12.8. And the 20k is really... Oh, it doesn't matter. So why doesn't it satisfy that? I guess because it's sharing. It's auto sharing. When I put in 91%, the ingredient value changes? Oh, yeah, it goes from 56 to 52. Okay, so it does work. Okay. It's 93. I just wasn't, you know, had me there with 91. I couldn't remember if it was 91 or 93s. Yeah, so it does actually go down, you're right. Well spotted. But here, so of that, I get 12,000 of the 20,000 dedicated just to it, I'm guessing. Because it's shared. Yeah, because there's like 6.4, 5.2, which is, yeah, 12.9. Can you reorder it to blue, then red, then green? I don't know how, actually, to move it around. Like, there's no, like, click and drag, that kind of thing. Oh, no, there is. Never mind. Shift, left click. There you go. So now it's 29. Ah. Ooh. It's now 17. It's a blue, then red, then green. I mean, I could also do the other way around. Like that. $7,000 to 20,000. That sounds more like it. Yeah, this one, that looks more like it. I think. Why has that gone down to 8.3? I'm just trying to make sense of it. So it says that's getting 7,000 out of 20,000. That's getting 3 out of 3,000. I think that might actually be the right way round. Does that look? I think that looks right. Yeah, because you're only getting a fraction of both. Yeah. Recipe is 90. It's 93 because it's 14/15ths. It's interesting. It's only 9.2. That's 10. Something like that. What do you get? 15 out of 28. I'll just make it 12. And then that one's 12 as well. And what's the other one? 4. Because I've already built 12 here. Where are we at? Here. The question is, do I do the sandwich? I might just do the sandwich. Lift up a tile. I mean, arguably at the same time, I could bring it right up close. I think I actually can do that. Yeah, because I can't get the train stop there. It has to be like that. Oop. So what did I say? It was 12, 12, and 4. Okay. So I was thinking like 6 and then the mirror below it, but does that work? I don't think it does. I wonder if I can do the thing I did last time with the red, something like that. I could also have it direct produce greens as well instead of shuffling between, but eh. Something like that. Only with a way of actually getting stuff into it. Shouldn't you have a row of roboports between the beacons and the rail? Yes, yes I should. I should. One, two, three. I hope this doesn't beacon a line or something. So you spit out there, you don't do anything, you go in and you go in. Have a transfer chest? No, you do spit out. Provider. And then requesters. Can be a little bit milder now. Shows you how long since I've actually done one of these sandwich builds. And we'll do it with just regular roboports, like so. Oh, fine then. Be that way. Left side has circuits pointing into wires, not the other way around. Left side is, yeah. Can't have that now, can we? And what was it? It was 12. Can't be right, surely. Seriously, only 12? Oh, hang on. I think it's set to 12 still. There we go. Well, it didn't look right. Also need to find the center at some point as well. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. The center would be there. Beacon aligned. A little bit of extra beacon on the side. Oh, most important of all. There. Gotta get that just right, eh? Gotta get it just right. And I forgot to do power poles. This is all Shred Guy's fault, you know. Power poles don't reach. Most definitely Shred Guy's fault. Him and his love of medium power poles. Prods. Not a bad idea. Prod modules probably wouldn't hurt. Sure it is. No other mistakes that anyone can see? I think I've got them all. Tread loves substations? He sure... He'd like to craft them but never use them. I can't sacrifice some beacons? Yeah. Oh, just out of range. Hmm. There's ways around that. Because what I could do is swap those. Bottom row, left side. Ah, yeah. Got it. I say that, I'm about to pull it up. Let's take it back to the bare essentials. There we go. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I feel like that just isn't enough. Can't be right. I mean, worst case scenario, I can just build a mirror image on the bottom side. I hate that so much. Not gonna lie. And it was like 2 of these, yeah, 4 of them. That 8 beaconed. Realistically, I could probably just cram them in here. Can I cram them in there? Probably could. Eh, get rid of that. $4.07. What does it need for one of those? So... what is that? That's 6,400 divided by 4. 1,600 a minute. I wonder what one of these produces. I was wondering if I can feed it direct. I might not actually do it that way though. Cause like, yeah, you can just cram it in there. Like that. An output there, an output there, an output there. Second network. So we don't block the chest. Like that. Like that. $2 years? Damn. Final content. Yeah, how's that, you reckons? It's 13.2? 13.2? Whee! Over here. We cram it in a little tighter. Inserter on the top of the BiusArt assembler is the wrong way around. Yes. Sure is. And you just need those 2. Like that. 2 years, 6 months, 1 week. Off by 2 days. Wonder how long, no, it won't work for Nightbot. That's the one I wanted to get rid of. Yeah, piss off you. Alright, now. Username. Just got back from the Sony CS 2020 PS5 reveal, which just took 15 minutes to reveal the system logo. 6 months, 4 weeks, 1 day. 1 year, 5 months. Oh, some long-term follows there. Some committed people. To the incompetence and the stupidity. And the coffee addictions. There. It's a bit wonky. Skew if, but eh. So who wins? What was Nev? Nev was 2 years, 6 months. Final content was 2 years, 6 months, 1 week. Absolutely nothing was revealed besides the logo. Solo of 2 years, 6 months, 4 weeks. It's the age of the daughter. 1 year, 9 months. 2 years, 6 months, 1 week. 2 years, 6 months, 4 weeks. That'd be pretty close. What is the actual maximum? I don't know what the maximum is now. It should be like 3 years, I think. Almost. No, it isn't. 2 years, 6 months. You're looking at about 2 years, 7 months, I think, is the absolute max. Because you'd be going... Well, the first... Like, when I properly started up, it was... the end of... Like, the last week of June 2017. But there will be a few people that should have had... Like, because that one session that I did in, like, Feb of 2016 in the sim map? No, it was, what was the map? It was, Space Extended 2, that's it. There's a way to pull Twitch's API instead of from the bot. There is. In fact... Oh, it just says 2 years. Well, that didn't work. Sony just replaced the 4 and the PS4 logo with the 5 and the PS5. Doesn't surprise me. How wonky is it? There's 2 tiles there and 1 tile there. It has to be off by a tile, no matter what. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4. I don't know, it just doesn't... Something about it doesn't feel right. I might be wrong though. Some just doesn't feel right about it. There's the center. Get rid of that. Pop that there. I mean, you probably don't need that. But I like the extra charging. This week has been nice for tech news. Intel gave away Optane and SSDs at PCIe Gen 4 for testing. Yeah, it's been quite interesting. Hopefully we'll get some... Oh no, there was word of SSD price hikes. I was actually hoping the prices would drop so I could commit more to M2 SSDs. Got it in the end. Got him. What's wrong with the iron? Or am I just maxing it out? I'll just be maxing it out. No PCI Gen 4 and Intel Mobile CPUs. Yeah, they don't have any PCI Gen 4 because they're all tricked out 6700Ks. Because I've been riding the same processor for like, what is it now? When did that come out? 2015? 2016? Yeah, 2016 or something. A 5-year-old processor. What are you missing? Steel chests. Okay. I thought I crafted some of them. Tech World Ancient. Stone Age tech. That is. Honestly, wish Intel, AMD, anyone just list PCI card, motherboard that you plug into motherboard and run off that. A PCIe card motherboard. So the whole motherboard is just a PCIe card. Used to get PCs like that. Most of it is down to signaling. Can I do that? No, I probably can't. There. Oh wait, it needs to be like a gap there, so 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yeah, it has to be something like that. There. Oh, that'll do. Transmission with that fellow. Boop. It's an argument that says to do that too. It's wrong inserter. I need to remove those from my list now. Just stick CPU on a PCIe card and you plug that into a motherboard and connect devices through that. Yeah, that's the problem with that is mainly getting the signaling through. So what do I need? I need iron and copper. Actually saw that Intel CPU. It looked like a GPU and IO plate GPU. As I say, like you used to be able to used to get stuff like that, where I think where particularly like 386s and older PC clones tended to do that. That have like a CPU and floppy card, and then they'd plug into a motherboard which was just 8 or 12 or something ISO slots, and then the motherboard was really just a bridge between the other I/O. Or it was like a CPU, RAM, and floppy controller, and then the other one was like the keyboard and graphics card and hard drive card. It's like weird, really weird combination. Intel Ghost Canyon. Oh, nuck. Yeah, there's not much to go by. Have to have a look at that. That'll be summarized. I'm guessing that'll be summarized fairly soon. Oh yeah, I was going to do this. Because it occurred to me, I can probably get rid of all those filthy medium poles. Just by doing that. The CP2 and eagerly awaiting LJ705. LGA 775, Intel Xeon arrived from China by Firewall Appliance. So it's LGA 775, that's original Core 2 territory. Oh, that's classic stuff. Yeah, 2008, probably, or 2007 even. There we go. No more filthy medium poles after all that. Do they actually cover? Yeah, they do. Servers, which are basically a motherboard of PCIe slots, the processing on the card, a bunch of graphics on the rest. Hey, Savalander. I was going to say, you probably have something like a blade system which would do that. But it's more like a fully self-contained package than a system on a card. Outside of specialist applications, there's not much of a need for it really. By the worst. What is Intel even using these days? That is an excellent question. No one knows. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so I got an odd number. It's like, why am my brain hurt? No, I didn't. And request them back in. It's still 11:51. Intel loves doing new sockets and slockets. It's a favourite pastime, isn't it? Okay. Let's move this over slightly to like here, so it's a little bit closer. That. And that'll do it. Let's scoop this up. Penguin needs more screens. I need a new monitor. Actually, for now, AMD is high, but how much longer will x86 last? It hasn't shown any signs of slowing down anytime soon. ARM dominates the low power territory, but as far as raw computational power goes, x86 is just unbeatable. I mean, apart from a few specialist things which are not exactly pricing friendly for the consumer market. 5 would be nice. I've actually been thinking about getting a bracket for mine. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Use the 5th, but 4 is sufficient for your current needs. Anything more than 4 and you kinda will have 15. Yeah, more than 4 and it's starting to get a little excessive. Isn't Wheels all plugged into like stupid like USB to VGA adapters and things like that though? And it's got like weird splitters and crap going on, so it all barely works. From what I heard, the problem currently is need to emulate x86 commands. Applications running natively on those CPUs work much better than x86. Sorta. It's not like modern code isn't like x86 isn't actually x80. Like it's a shrunk down x86. Hey, Felgamber. Very good. Yes, Sam Lander does do some Factorio streams and also Farming Sim. I've been slacking. Kind of using DisplayPort to HDMI adapters. But he's only got so many I think he's got like 3 actual ports, and then I think he's using integrated graphics on the box as well. So I'm pretty sure he's got some weird stuff going on. What are you waiting on? You're waiting on me to reprogram this to the correct, the correct thing. Sorry, got a new socket, so AMD is supporting AM4 for a while longer. Yeah, they had to change it. Did Quentin will get a new PC? Of course not. Alright, you need them. You need them. You need them. And you need gears. And them, and you need gears, because there's no gear production. So I have to do one for gears. You know what, I'm going to do that. And yeah, I'm using 121s here. Should I join this network? I feel like that'll be a bad idea. Bot swarm. Why are you connected to the lower rail? That's the one going into the ME. So it comes out here, into there, loops round and back. So it's just a little shuttle system, and this is going to be a separate network which goes out to the outposts. The newer AM4 motherboards support the higher power levels. So AMD was able to implement the 6 monitor GPU support back then when customers wanted to do that. You can actually split DisplayPort into 2. Ah, right. Yeah, it shows you how good DisplayPort is. At least they had the foresight to do that. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of these. Yeah, because I have done this crazy things with DisplayPort for a while. Can you run Minecraft doing that? Asking the real questions. It seems to work. Yeah, you little faith, eh? I gotta get acid into it somehow too. Yeah, and as I say, worst case scenario, if I need more, I can just copy it and flip it. Actually, one thing I didn't check is if I can actually copy it and flip it. Yeah, I can. So yeah, so I just want some little factories to support this thing that spreads out this away through that. They are technically bot sandwiches for the most part, but eh. Like, it's trying to do a bot base here. Trying to do a bot base. Yeah, it's going down. So yeah, I need gears. So what I might do Let's crank that. Let's make it do modules as well. And solitaire. Ah, get the important stuff. Gotta get the important stuff, solitaire. Mono prospects is different on your DisplayPort pit split. Let's do some searching. I have a feeling it's one of those, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Because I've come to think of it, I've never actually seen a twin, a DisplayPort to twin HDMI. In fact, I'm not seeing one. It's probably one of those things that in theory exists, but doesn't actually like work outside of like really obscure stuff. Mostly joking. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen, I've never seen an adapter that does one DisplayPort to two HDMI. Not saying that don't exist, because if you think of it, it probably exists. I mean, whether or not it should exist is a different matter, but it probably exists. Looks like our USB A to A exists. That shouldn't exist, but it does exist. Alright. So I'll leave that go. I'm going to need to wait for that to clear out, probably. Let's do some more clearing. DisplayPort to DisplayPort hub. There. As I say, it's not that it doesn't exist, it's just something that is very obscure. USB 3A? USB 3A or USB multi-stream transport? Um, 3.0A, the bulge. Which one's the, was that the big B? I can't picture it. What show are you talking about? Square USB with a bulge. Oh, the big B. Ancient history, that one. Yeah, I'm guessing it'd be, with the DisplayPort thing, it'd be like HDSDI, which can carry multiple signals, but it just compresses the video more. Just reduces the bit depth of it. I'm really straining what I can do with these patches. How's this doing too? Let's heat it up, good. Excellent. I should actually start making moves towards solar and Bessel. Hey you, and the breathtaking. You are breathtaking, and I hope you have a nice day. Well, thank you for the bits there. I hope you have a nice day too. Now I've completely forgotten what I was doing. I need to do train things. I actually wouldn't mind really doing actual base things. It's just fun to watch this giant miner do its thing. I don't know why, it's so satisfying. It's got that little triangle to go. Yeah, because now it's just a matter of well, getting rid of that copper patch, really. This looks like it's all churning away. What do you need? You need titanium. Oh, I need a sword. Okay, I know what I need. Pixels hurt my eyes. That's what I need, is a titanium source. Maybe I'll reclaim like a big patch out there. And I'm gonna need some chemical plants. Probably some furnaces as well. Sometimes I use the USB to VGA for clocks and conference screens around West. Good old 1080 over USB. It won't be 1080i, it should be 1080i. VGA doesn't support interlaced. It's like one of its key features is does not do interlace. Alright. It's one of my long-term annoyances is when as the INP suddenly appeared in front of everything, even though, particularly with monitors, because monitors don't support interlace, they never have. And yet suddenly the P and the I suddenly became a thing. It's just one of those little things that annoys me for no rational reason. Alright, we're going to need to do a train for this. I think I may have found something similar on Amazon from StarTech, but it's been discontinued. Good old StarTech. They do everything. Force a Mac to shoot at it even if the screen doesn't support it. Of course a Mac could do it. Ah. Yeah, same bandwidth. Yeah, it's the reason why 1080i exists originally is because nothing could support the bandwidth of full frame 1080. Did I get them? Not yet. Oh look, they made the little diamond of bot travel. Never a bother what that meant. The monster came out to save the day. Yes. Monster Cable came out with their $10,000 cable. Oop. We have a dead link there. What do we got? Does lock these type adapters. VGA supports interlaced video. VGA only controls CRT monitor's electron beam. Yeah, but it's progressive scan. Beat you to it. Might as well. Well, Tyre's been here for. I had to stop and think. I was like, hang on, why isn't it? Oh, it's because of the name change, so it doesn't log. Yeah, it was actually a link. It shows up on the other thing. I don't know why it doesn't show. I think Frankerface isn't working. Well, you're on both now. Interlace. Typically treated as an interlace, but so progressive scan is a different signal because there's two vertical sweeps in an interlace signal. There's only one in a progressive scan per period. Bloop. There's more sweeps per second as well. Well, actually isn't. Because interlace gets weird. A lot of what people think they know about it is actually wrong. Whee. Yeah, I'm aiming for that there, so let's just keep going. Even the slow, I think it was a slow-mo, guys. They did a slow-mo of a TV, but they did it through with a Nintendo rendering it, which kind of skews it, because the Nintendo only does half frame. It scans a frame and then a black frame, I think from memory. Does something. All those consoles do something weird. They'll do weird things because they can't actually scan properly at full speed. It's a progressive signal. So interlaced, it uses the band, not quite actually. I won't say it doesn't actually halve the bandwidth because it's more complicated than that. They scanned at full resolution, like you couldn't do like 240p to a TRT. It didn't get. You had to send the full 480 or 576 lines. But yeah, they could do a lot of analog tricks to set how. They could just arbitrarily decide how big the pixels were. Things like. The problem is my experience only extends to the Commodore 64 because that's the one I know the most. I can't remember its actual pixel resolution, but I'm trying to think. It's been a while. Yeah, I remember it scanned it only scanned the even frames. The even fields, it didn't scan the odd fields. And so you would either get, on a CRT, it would always come up really dim. You'd have to crank the tits off the brightness to get it to show. Because half the image was missing. At least 4. Oh, of course I had to run out of track. Oh. That's 240. Effectively it is. But you really shouldn't put the P there because it's not actually P. It's not equivalent to. That's why I don't like that. I mean, technically it is, but it kind of isn't. Alright, here we are. Gotta go. Get all your P's and I's straight and have fun. Alright, catch you later, Verifin. I assume you're going to bed. What's the time, actually? Ugh. It's almost lunchtime for me as well. Yeah, the end result of interlacing is you're supposed to get a 50 or 60 frame video, not a 25 or 29.97 frame video. 2:27 AM, yeah. The trouble is that there's some translation along the way that's sort of lost. Because the original specification said it was 30 cycles a second, or 25 cycles a second before, because that's before standardization of SI units. When they say cycles a second, they actually mean the period of an arbitrary waveform. So the signal is periodic to 30 cycles a second, but contained within those 30 cycles a second is 2 complete frames. 3:27 AM. It's gone all out. I'm actually close up soon. One day I should actually demonstrate it because I got a tube camera because they're the best for demonstrating how it works. Because the interlacing, like, it does one field for one frame and then the other field, and it is offset slightly, but but the offset is also aligned with the camera's scan as well. So the end result is that, like, you are seeing a new frame every. You are seeing the 50 or the 60 frames. It's just that they offset, but the offset's cancelled out because they're both offset. The camera and the camera tube and the picture tube are both offset. As I say, you need diagrams to make sense of it. It's just bonkers stuff. 1828. 1828. What a year. There's the most sophisticated person of 1828 right there, Shale Camper. Human, mostly. I need acid. I need acid up there. Very well then. Processors is used to code color information, use legacy system cores, and to slow the 60 Hz clock down. Yeah, it's just a burst. There's some complicated mathematics that says that it's actually 640. Or approximately 640. Which is all debatable. I think it was like for reasonable ADCs at the time or something like that. I don't actually recall. As I say, it was some complicated mathematics that went into it. Meow. Yeah, the fifth element where Bruce answers the police, no, I am not a pops. No, I meant I am a popsicle or something like that. What was that line? Well, they both basically did the same thing. They both had to slap the color on top of the color signal on top of the thingy, the analog signal. It's just the PAL one, because it came later. They had the foresight to do it with a different encoding scheme, so they didn't have to mess with the existing black and white signal. It's negative. I meant popsicle. Could I put the video in PAL or NTSC? Yeah, there used to be like entire businesses dedicated to that conversion. Scan conversion. You could be a real heathen and output in CCAM. Considering it's only going to be 4 long, it's probably a little optimistic. Oh well. Yeah, well, I'm going to move that. Meat.mint. Oh, meat popsicle. MCP, how you doing? Now, you know what I don't have? It's a big ass mining drill. Pressure blind. Yep. Yep, got it in one. So, I don't have a big ass mining drill, so I'll have to just use this moderately big ass mining drill. Into this cute little chest. Beep bop. Right, now let me just concentrate on getting this done. iPod with hours of movies, I can hang out with friends and such stuff. Oh yeah, Chromecast. I used to have a PSP that did that. Still have it somewhere. Its battery's probably dead. All good, wonderful. Able to avoid the strange frame rate because they're able to adjust the signal resolution and channel width. I'm trying to think. I thought NTSC used AM amplitude modulation for the color. That's the whole idea of PAL was it used phase modulation. But it used some kind of frequency modulation. Well, yeah, compound miners. They are fantastic, aren't they? This is only a Mark II as well. Mark III ones. Well, there's 3 tiers. These are the Mark 1s, compound miners. That was the Mark 2s. And over here is actually a Mark III. Look at that bad boy. Just mining away. Alright. See how I had to maintain black and white resolution and 6 MHz channel size. Yeah. They do compound damage to all patches in graphical details sensitive people. No such thing as overkill. I demand a bigger one. One that doesn't fit on the screen. Also, take note of its hit points. It's 218,000 hit points there. Yeah, 218,000. And Bida was trying to eat on it, and that's how I discovered it. So it turns out it has all the hit points. Tried these miners. I prefer text code. Yeah, miners. Nicer graphics. The big money. We could use the mining drones mod as well. How much one of these cost? Not a hell of a lot. This is some processing units. 9 compound mining drill Mark 2s. A Mark 2 needs Mark 1s. A Mark 1 requires 9 regulars. Now, the thing I wanted to do is that. Is there any water and acid, eh? Might flip it that way. Questa? I guess time I switch that over. Now you... say 100. I didn't actually bring any bots over. I think they could adjust the frame rate, so it's similar time control, but notoriously terrible at keeping a stable clock. Yeah, it was very hit and miss. Depending on the manufacturer. Something you don't see anymore is TVs blooming. the bloom, where something would go, particularly like if something went to a very bright, like from very dark to very bright, the picture would bloom. And that's where it would sort of zoom in. Don't see that. It's one of those odd things you don't see anymore. That don't do it. Shame you can't drop one on BotBase and have it beat them into submission with half their heads. That would be nice. So... not seeing enough bad TVs? Not for a long time. I've seen worse. I remember there was a friend of mine, he had a TV where, big fan of OLED, where the picture would randomly squash down into one line because it had vertical deflection had fallen away. How about that? You know what? This is a terrible idea. Move that to there. It also occurs to me that water, the water supply is also a bit of a problem right now. One line TV. What are those assembly machines doing? They're turning the ore into titanium ore, which then needs to be smelted. Arguably, it would have been a lot cheaper to just use regular pipe. Like that. Because those pipes are kind of expensive and all. Remember some modulation thing near the coaxial input? It's funny how you have all that stuff on NTSC TVs. It's just not a thing here. There's no real adjustments on... Well, apart from the basic, you know, your brightness contrast, there's not really any adjustments. What was that? You know, brightness contrast... What else was there? V-hold, H-hold, sometimes H-hold. That was about it, really. TSC was an FM signal. The base signal should have been AM. Because that's what PAL is. Or what's its actual name? I can't remember now. CVSB or whatever it's called. Extender map? Yeah. Hey Aika, how you doing? Hitting the side to adjust the look of rolling image. Good old analog TVs. Yes, this is another Factorio extender map, only this time I want to do some giant ass miners. I should actually rotate that. Yeah, in that time it filled up with 142. Look at it go. Oh, it is beaconed admittedly. Not on fire? Not currently. Japanese Famicom actually used a channel in the same range US FM radio. Yeah, they had different spectrum allocations. I think from memory, FM radio sits around channel 5 here. Top right miner might benefit from moving right a bit. So what I might do is actually get one of the bigger miners. Okay, for any follow-up questions, yeah, it's called the Compound Miners mod. It gives you these hilariously big mining drills, such as these here. I really need this one. Yeah. Cover the rest of the patch. Oh, we'll just get a bigger miner. As well as some of them. Let's grab some of that. Clicked on the wrong one. Space provider bottle, given there's only one. It might be, I'm not sure. You probably don't have engines, do you? Nothing has engines now. Hmm. Hmm. See, I need engines. How the hell am I going to do that? That's why I was thinking I need to expand it vertically. So you turned off the old ME? I turned it back on to make gears. I didn't even think of that one, actually. There you go. Did you see Voxel Tycoon at all? Looks like... Yeah, I've got it actually. I haven't played it in a little while though. But I do have it. I just haven't played it in a while. It's a bit... early game's a bit grindy. Awesome Kirby's convert Japanese Famicom by shooting the output parameters down to channel 6. Thank you, Japanese, for putting in all those adjustments. There we go. Yeah, I got it on itch last year. That might have been my bots. No, it wasn't. I've sort of been holding out for the passenger update. Yeah, I played it a few months ago. Some like September, I think. September? It's ages ago. You know what? Maybe next time we'll play that. Maybe tomorrow we'll play it. Actually is, Could start a new game. The trouble is it's a slow game. And I'm kind of impatient. That and I also don't know how to play it. Worth $20, you think? Or will be worth? I think so, yeah. I got a lot of enjoyment out of what I played already. Yeah, maybe we'll play it tomorrow. See if my game still loads. There is no train set on the track, is there? No. Because I never got these. It also occurs to me now, in this late stage, that I'm not actually telling them to be made. Only just occurred to me. Eh, get it through there, damn it. Damn these stupid combinators. As I said, I'm pretty sure it just needs titanium. Okay. I was actually hoping to be a little bit further along with progression than I am, but oh well. Yeah, working things out as we go. I like to take the time and sort of figure things out and do things wrong and then fix them. I know you, we need that, and then we need that. Gonna need to give it some fuel there and there. Pop that there. And then I'll need some for the other end. I also need to not deconstruct the thing that's already there. It's actually pretty funny. Still think going back to Kingsman Castles. Cut the refueling too. I did too. Probably the thing with Kingdom Castles is, like, once you've done it once, there's not really that much to do. That's my problem with the game, is now that I've done like 1 or 2 or 3 maps, that's basically it. It's just build a castle, fend off Vikings, build more defenses, fend off more Vikings. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's a one and done, unfortunately. Yoink. I was actually hoping for a bit more out of it, but yeah, it just doesn't have enough in it. You build a castle and that's about it. I mean, they do have a lot of plans for it, so it's not the end of the story for Kingdom Castles yet. But the progress is slow at the same time. Alrighty. This one, yeah, I'm missing that. That's fine. I'll fix it later. I'll have to come back through and fix all the station names too. I forgot to get a tier 3 miner as well. Alright, you're gonna eat the acid. Fix it later. Part 4 is the biggest one. It's almost expected, isn't it? Fix it later. So you need water still. That can easily be acquired. It's lucky the patch wasn't too far away from water. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? I mean, you wouldn't want to have to send a massive pipe across country to get water. Where's a pumper-majig? There's me pumper-majig. Just training the water, no problems. No workers. How fast do these run? Pretty damn fast. How are the bots doing? Not really stressed. Kill Bill, how you doing? I mean, I don't really need that much titanium production. How you doing? Long time no see? Doing pretty good. How you been? Not even taxing that miner. Eating all the acid. Yeah, it's been a while. I think most major cities rely on incredibly long pipes to supply clean water. They do. Anorak Almanacs with that follow. We're actually getting pretty close to winding up for the day. Why did I close that? G'day, Moji, how are you doing? Hey, Diff. Wee. So let's just stop here and block everything up, and maybe just slide in here. You'll need a long-term solution for that. New map, did the other one finally break? More or less. Although it may be fixed now. I'll have to have, I was going to have a look and I didn't. I wanted to check what TSM was doing. There we go. Chocolate disappointed starting to take shape. Yeah, it also occurs to me that I should actually do the titanium down here, not up there. I should just bring concrete needs iron ore, doesn't it too? So yeah, there isn't actually a decent argument for me bringing in iron ore. Okay, I'll have to change that. Very well. Oh, look at that. As soon as I get the titanium, it's all good. I mean, something to... I don't want to make it too disappoint. The signal's out. It should be fine. Oh, actually. No, the Boston is using an underground viaduct that runs over half the length of the state. Massachusetts water supply is needed because the actual river is incredibly unclean for industrial dumping 19th to 20th centuries. Yeah, it was left over from the old unloads. Industrial waste dumping still going on, isn't it? Yep, incoming bots. Apparently it works. I call fracking. It's not getting enough barrels, that's why. 100, deliver 10. It's just a lack of barrels. Handcraft it. So I'm going to hazard a guess that this thing probably is crafting them, but slowly. So it should be set to make a few barrels. Apparently not. Where is it? There it is. Sure. Maybe the request isn't big enough then, in that case. There's 372 in the network. Ah, no it isn't. Is there anything stopping this thing? 100. Let's crank that up a little bit. What song is this? This is Van's Joy Riptide. I can go. I can go. Had quite an odd. It did have an odd video clip. It was a strange one. And not the strangest out there, but it was up there. The Charles River was dammed fairly heavily on some... There's some runoff got progressively pushed down. Fairly pushed down and eventually got removed, replaced. Okay. that mining drill. Alright, now I think we've got some progress done. What's the time? I think I might leave it there for today. I kind of need I need that to go. I need to start. I think one of the next things I need to do is actually start on the megabase. I think next time I actually start on thinking about the modules. It's lunchtime. It is lunchtime. I'm getting hungry. It's a bit shorter today because I started later. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here for today.